said number 14. Can that be?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1:15 to make a start. You are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of Hemsworth Town Council to be held in the main hall, Hemsworth Town Council Community Centre, Bullenshaw Road, Hemsworth, commencing at 7:15 on the 6th of November 2025 for the purpose of transacting the following business. Before we start the agenda, I would like to put to councillors to move item 14 out of exclusion into the public part of the meeting. Have we got a second for that?
Second.
Okay, all for? Not unanimous. So, item 1, apologies for absence. No apologies. Item 2, declarations of interest. Council should disclose pecuniary or non-pecuniary interests in any items on this agenda. Item 3, minutes. To approve the minutes of the council meeting on the 2nd of October 2025 as detailed in the minute book 2025-26.
Yeah. Those minutes, item 73, we talked about events. I've since found out that we've got a double booking for the next meeting. On the 4th of December, it's the Braston Bingo, which is being held in here. What's our arrangements regarding the meeting on the 4th?
Chambers or downstairs? Or downstairs at meeting.
I don't think that's very fair because there's quite a few of the public as well as councillors attend that Braston Bingo. Therefore, they're going to be excluded from the meeting.
This was chosen. I was going to say this is voted on at the beginning of the year. As we've discovered in the past, it's always difficult to change meetings without a motion. And we haven't got time to put a motion in now, I believe.
And at the last bingo night, there was a charity bingo night here.
Charity night, yeah.
Councillors still attending both.
Yeah.
We could
They're
call
going
it
to cost with times or other
Extraordinary is meant for extraordinary items, not just.
well, this is an extraordinary item as far as I'm concerned.
Can I make a suggestion? Leave it with me, but it doesn't relate to this item.
It doesn't relate to this item because this is for the minutes.
No, but I thought I'd bring it up because it wasn't discussed about that last time.
So, did I have a propose to move the minutes?
Yep.
Okay, have we got a seconder?
I'd like to say something. At the meeting, a recorded vote was asked for, but there's no recorded. At the meeting, recorded votes were asked for, but there's no recorded votes in the minutes.
Yeah, that's right. So the proposal would be to approve the meetings with that update, if that's okay. What item was the recorded vote asked for? All of them, I believe, went together. All of them, yeah.
So is that going to be amended?
So yeah, with that amendment to put the pardon me, put my teeth in. The amendment to put in the recorded votes. Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I had a second. All for? All against? And item B, to adopt the minutes of the Finance Committee meeting on the 2nd of October 2025 as detailed in the minute book 2025-26. So that's one that's just been passed in finance. So we've got a proposer,
I'll propose.
a seconder. All for? Item number 4, accounts for payment. To confirm the payments of accounts for September 2025. Carol?
I've gone through accounts and I get the food income for September for just short of £14,000. The old bill for September is 139,000, and that's without wages, national insurance. It's a lot of money. I have confirmed with Andrew there's a lot of payments that have been deferred. But there's not for break covers. Have we finished with break covers?
Not officially chair now, you could just do it for the suppliers.
Any so Ian?
Yeah, on the September's figures, there's 3 payments for pensions, July, August and September. Is it customary for us to pay those every 3 months, or should they be paid every month?
Every month, so every month, 1 month in arrears.
Right, so those ones were just deferred until the precept came in. Right, thanks. One other thing, there is still a gas payment for Bank Street. Is the gas on in Bank Street for heating? 200 it's on the 4th of September.
Standing meter charges, that sort of thing. Standing charges, you've got to pay them hard.
That amount for 1 month?
No.
But again, the gas will be on to try and keep the building dry, because otherwise they'll just...
Shouldn't we be, because it's vacant, return it gas and electric off to save money?
You could, just Ms. Maxi, you could do, but again, the building would get more damage if there's no heating on, especially when it went damp. Maxine?
So the bills for Fitzwilliam Centre, every night this week we've gone by and the lights are on. Can I ask why the lights are on? They were on since we went by tonight.
I've noticed that as well the last couple of times when I come down to Mum and Dad's.
So can we figure out why the lights are on at this time when there's nobody actually in that building?
Yeah, I think we'll just have to communicate to the users to please turn the lights off when you leave. And the heating. Because I drove past on, was it Sunday, Vicky, we went past?
Yeah.
Sunday evening and they were on then, and we sort of said saying, why are the lights on?
The toilet lights are left on quite regular.
They're on now.
Lights are always on, but they're on a motion sensor, so why they're coming on, I don't know.
Okay, we can look into that, see if there's a fault with the sensor. But again, if you flip the switch, then they won't come on. Here.
Just one other thing regarding Fitzwilliam. I have heard that the doors were open most of Sunday. Do we have any bookings in there on Sunday? Official bookings.
I found out I didn't show unauthorised entry.
I'm unaware of that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I went by at 1 o'clock on my football game. You know, jam-packed kids running all over. The car park was when I went in Tuesday for my warden space, all the chairs were lifted passage again, and all my gear was the fire escape were actually blocked. And the 2 working from water and not
Yeah, so while these are important issues, it's not about this item on the agenda, so going on like that, you're correct, and we'll have to look into that, but we need to move on to move the motion. So have I got any, other than the comments to review that, council's income, so reviewed. Item 6, Christmas trees. To consider purchasing rooted Christmas trees for Fitzwilliam in Kinsley.
You didn't include Sean, you just did finances.
Oh, sorry, apologise. Item 5, income. To review the council's income for September 2025.
We didn't vote on the accounts either.
Do apologise. Go back to item 4, accounts for payments, to confirm the payments for accounts for September 2025. Have I got a... I'll prove that. Has it got a seconder? All for? All against? So item 5, income, to review the council's income for September 25. Carol?
I've only had income for hotels. Has anybody else had any others?
I go for something again. I did something, didn't you?
So attached to the email, Chair, was Boathouse, Community Centre,
I've only got boathouse.
Sandygate, it's William Centre.
Right, so 16 has it.
Yeah.
What's
all
that?
that?
September bank payments,
Yeah.
courthouse, community centre, Sandygate.
Yeah, so they're all on the email that everybody's got.
So I've got September's got boathouse. Like I said, we spent just short of 14,000 on food, but we've only took 5,000 in income. That's a 9,000.
There's also preparation, I'm assuming, for that for both by now. Just checking.
There's also... Yeah. There's also we have to look at the stock.
Yeah,
Stock to see how much
stock and everything, that sort of thing.
So we said we would cut the food bills down by 10,000. Have we done that?
The food bill is currently being cut.
By 10,000.
It's on track at the
But
moment.
if we've only took 5,000 this month and spent 14, and you've got wages and your gas and your electric on top of that, we're losing.
It's a hell of a lot less than what we're losing under Lakeside.
It's the same what you're losing.
Ian?
So the 14,000 spent on food, I'm presuming some of those payments were deferred.
There'll be some deferred in that as well from July and August.
Also, Chair, to point out, typically food purchased in September would be used later than September.
October, November, yeah. Paul?
Can I just leave meeting to get me an A-list?
You'll leave me, yeah, but any motion that you're not here for, you'll not be able to vote on.
Is your keys off with it?
No, wait, I'm good. No, it's a no, I'll be all right.
Okay, are you sure? Okay. So have I got so this item is just to review the council's income. So the next one is item number 6, Christmas trees. To consider purchasing routed Christmas trees, one for Fitzwilliam and one for Kinsley. Maxine, do you want to speak on this, or do you want me to?
Well, just that we've actually got the money for the Kingsley one.
Yeah, so there's only one. The
There's
Kingsley,
only one tree what we need to.
and the cost was, I forget now, no, under 500.
450.
And this is also supplied by Newstead, who would help us plant and give us advice.
Yeah.
And this is here for.
Information on where they can be planted.
So I've looked into that. You don't need any permission. All you've got.
Permission, I mean, like, where, like,
Well, I think
where they're going to go.
so the one in the Fitzwilliam is going to be a community centre in the garden. That's fine. The other one in Kinsley, the only land we own is the.
War Memorial, and you can't plant it there
Why not?
because it's rules.
But we put a Christmas tree there every year.
You put a Christmas tree there every year, that gets removed. You can't plant a tree at War Memorial.
Has to be so far away from fences and.
Can't put a tree somewhere that's going to grow every year.
Yeah.
Obviously, at some stage, roads are going to cost.
So where would you like
Where would you like to put the tree in Kinsley?
There's nowhere to put it, but you can't plant it in War Memorial. It's got to be one. If you're going to buy a potted one, then it's to be moved.
What were you thinking of Fitzwilliam one?
In the Fitzwilliam Centre where the Christmas tree went every year.
In the corner, you can't, you've got to be at least 8 metres from a building.
You don't have to be 8 metres.
It's 8 metres, because that genus of Christmas tree is classed as a fir tree. It's 8 metres.
Can I ask why people are so against Fitzwilliam and Kingsley having Christmas trees?
Yes, I'll answer.
Surprisingly, councillors from Fitzwilliam and Kinsley.
Especially
Right, can I answer that?
I'm not against Christmas trees, it's just, I don't want, you know, the wall, if it's going on the War Memorial, if it unroots underneath the,
Can I just say I've got my hand pages?
Sorry, Vicky, go on.
I've got my hand pages. So, Newstead nurseries are the experts.
Yeah.
So we take advice from them. We ask them, they look at the plots. And I think that would be better if we could ask them to do it and be so grateful about it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I think you need to involve Wakefield as well, because it's their rules about planting of trees.
Yes.
If you are concerned about the rooting side of things, trees these days go smack at the side of roads, and we put them in what we call a tree pit.
Yeah.
So it's a metre by metre square, and it's lined so that the roots can grow, but it can't disturb the area around it. And that's a thing that Wakefield Council do now on every new build development. They'll have trees in the footpath, and then they put them in a tree pit so it can't damage them.
Yeah, and like Newstead Terrace, Newstead Nurseries would know all this information. And
yeah, they've actually got the detail on Wakefield's website. You can get the actual detail of what it is.
Problem solved.
For the buildings, yes.
Say again?
No, they just said problem solved. I've answered. I've learned to answer live. Gets me somewhere.
That is, my only concern is that it is a war memorial, and I wouldn't want the headstone at the war memorial being damaged, obviously.
So if it's got this tree
in this meter that Jason's just mentioned.
Anyway, why don't you put it at Red Roof in the middle? In the middle of both villages, why don't you just put a big in Red Roof where it grows?
Because they deserve one each.
Yeah.
Deserve one each. We've got that much rubbish
That is not
on social media about Fitzwilliam don't get a tree, Kingsley don't get a tree. Yeah. We want them to have a tree.
Yeah.
I did an FOI.
It's only fair that each village should have one.
So why can't we have one like we had one last year then?
Because of the cost.
Because of the cost this year. It was voted in April, May time.
Can I just...
Not to pay for any additional Christmas decorations, including trees, because the cost comes to about £6,000 to £7,000.
But you're paying for lights for Hemsworth.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
No, we're not.
You only get the tree down like by Wakefield, you have to pay for the lights.
We are not paying for no lights.
Right, can we have that improved, please? I said for an FOI, an FIO, and it was for Kingsley and Fitzwilliam. And in 2021, 22, 23, only things that Kingsley and Fitzwilliam got from Hemsworth Town Council, and we pay a third of the preset more, is we get budgeted for Christmas trees, Christmas lights, and hanging baskets. We've had nothing. You took it all away this year. So what is Kingsley and Fitzwilliam getting out of their preset money?
So we're getting the Christmas trees, but everybody seems to be against it.
Oh, we want the one we had last year.
So again, in March, I believe it was, this council voted for a zero preset rise, which meant we had to make some cuts. The cost for Fitzwilliam and Kingsley for Christmas trees and Christmas decorations was between £6,000 and £7,000. It was passed by this council to not include that for this year.
So you're saying that £7,000 bill was for 2 Christmas trees for last year?
And lights.
And it's not...
And lights.
Yeah, and it's not for other years added onto it.
Is this relevant to purchasing a Christmas tree?
Yeah, because Kingsley and
Fitzwilliam
pay preset, same as Hemsworth.
We want them to have a Christmas tree carol.
You've said you've earned all this surplus money, so why don't you use that surplus to pay for Christmas trees for Kingsley?
We're trying to pay for some Christmas trees and route them so we don't get the costs. Also now, it is too late, if you notice the lights are up, it's too late to go to Wakefield and put the application in for the lights.
Can I also ask why we haven't got any lights in Fitzwilliam and Kingsley?
Because we did a 9% preset.
9% preset, and Wakefield only paid for the lights in Hemsworth. We said all this in March, April.
So basically, they voted for a 0% preset to make sure that we didn't get anything, and now they're complaining that we wanted Christmas trees. What people are offering to buy, to put money towards, but it's not good enough anymore. So,
in a nutshell,
they can't win.
Right, 0% increase. How much did the preset increase last year?
I've told them at about 7%, 8%, I can't remember. 8%.
The guy who's had a mini ticket, can I call it mini ticket? Because you said last week you can't call it.
No, it depends what you're discussing. If you start, go on, we'll stop if you can.
Andrew, why would you like to be addressed? Andrew,
Point of
order.
order. This is about Christmas trees.
Yeah, and I'm going to come up with, I'm going to prove to you why the 0% was right. So last year, we got an increase, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, £150,000. Is that right or
That
wrong?
sounds about right, yeah.
So we had an increase of £150,000 last year.
Yes, it's confirmed that.
Sorry, Jay, increase on what, sorry?
So the 8% increase goes to £150,000 last year.
No, it came to about 60,000.
Thank you. That's brilliant, because you just corrected me, that's what you spoke to, right. So last year
Can we please stop such accusations, talking like that to people, please? For one, it's just not human, and for two, it's not allowed within council.
Stop talking like that, I'm trying
Well,
to prove a point.
just come do this question, not the abuse and quips
There's
and
no abuse.
digs.
Last year we got an increase, didn't we?
That's been
And
confirmed.
according to you, and Andrew never questioned you, the lakeside were costing us £100,000 a year. I didn't believe
Can
that.
I-
I thought it'd be 50.
Listen,
Point of order.
It's
This motion is to consider purchasing rooted Christmas trees for Fitzwilliam and Kinsley.
Yes, and I'm trying to prove that we don't need a rooted one. We can get one from last year.
so,
Because-
Councillor Conway, would you rather pay £400-500 now and that's it other than decorating, or pay a lot more than that every year?
No,
Sorry.
Councillor Middleton, the people at Fitzwilliam and Kinsley deserve a tree like they had last year. Because last year we bought one, which was budgeted for, and we had £100,000 deficit to pay what you said. But this year we haven't got that deficit because we're not paying that. And other month you said we've got a surplus of 50,000. Plus we've got the money from the lease coming in. So if we can afford it last year, with all them payments, what we're paying, what we're not paying this year.
We'll be fine today, do we?
Yeah, we just can't.
What do you mean with it? What's your point?
Becca Rushmore?
Maxine, what size are these trees that Newstead are offering?
12 foot.
Right, so the trees last year were 12 foot?
They've been 12 foot.
They'd have been 12 foot, so they're like for like, just rooted. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we liked it, what Jason said, the 1 metre by 1 metre, and we take advice off Newstead, how to nurture them and look after them, it is better for the environment. So, I'd love them to have a
I
Christmas
think
tree.
Julie had her hand up first, and I'll come to you,
Can
Maxine.
I just ask about Christmas trees? September accounts that's gone on today. There is a payment on there, Wakefield Council it says, for Christmas trees, £7,392. Can I ask what that's about, please?
Yeah, that was the Christmas trees from Christmas 2024.
So is that what we paid Wakefield? Wakefield donate Hemsworth Christmas
We
tree.
do.
So the that payment of £7,392 was for 2 Christmas trees.
It is, but I'm not sure if that 7,000 is just for the trees or if it's the trees and
I believe it's not just trees that I would believe, it's trees and decorations.
You
Doesn't
get a
say
price
that on
this year.
accounts though, it just says Christmas
No, so we
trees.
didn't have it in the we didn't have it in
We
the
haven't
budget.
given a price this year. We don't know what it is then.
Because we didn't have it in the budget. We're moving on, we need to move progress for this, so have I got a proposal for these,
I will propose for the
Can I
Christmas
just-
trees.
Can we amend the motion to just say that after it's been checked, to make sure that it is all safe, legit, and it's not going to damage the war memorial or anything, you know?
So
I recommend so.
can that be with Wakefield Council and Newstead, their advice? So as Jason said, it's on Wakefield Council's website.
So, if I'm right, Chair, the proposal is to purchase rooted Christmas trees for Kinsley and Fitzwilliam, subject to advice from the relevant professionals, with a budget of.
so there's one that's, just under £500 each, Maxine?
Yeah.
So if we say a budget of £1,000, but it should be less than that, because a local businessman has said he will contribute to the Kinsley one.
Can I also,
Can I
are we paying for these or is Maxine paying for them
As I've just said, this is for the council,
to pay for? But
and
there's a
local businessman who's prepared to pay for one of them.
right. There's a GoFundMe page up for these Christmas trees, so
Point of order, it's not relevant to this.
of course it is.
The motion has been proposed.
I will propose
We've
that.
already proposed it and already got a seconder, so we're voting now for the Christmas trees as per the clerks. What I just described as passing these, subject to seeking advice from the relevant people. Vicky's
I've proposed.
with a budget of £1,000.
Can we get this done quickly, because
Yeah, it
it's
needs to be done.
November.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, we need to vote for it first, so.
I've proposed it.
I've seconded it. All for?
I'm for it. Wow.
Those against? Any objections?
So what's the outcome?
Passed.
It's passed.
By the Hemsworth Council.
So item 7, working group, to consider ending the asset register working group. So this was a motion that I put on. As we all know, that councillors should not be getting involved in day-to-day running meetings, things of the council. What usually happens in most councils is there is a working group committee where the asset register is passed on to them to review, but the actual gathering of the register is done by staff. No, what do you think? I propose.
I find that that's wrong when you're looking, councillors can go on asset register group.
They can, but we're proposing to take them off.
Why?
Why? Because as far as where it's only met once, twice this year.
Is that?
And let's be honest, you missed a tractor. Not big enough.
No, we didn't miss the tractor. Are you sure I didn't listen?
So, anybody else got anything to add?
Have we got a proper procedure for procurement and disposal of fixed and movable assets?
Yes, we do.
Since when?
Because it didn't seem to be working before you put this group in.
Can I ask since when,
How
Sean?
can we?
There's a policy.
Since when?
Can
Oh, no, since when, but there's a
you're
procedure.
both rude.
No.
Can Gerald please finish?
I don't know.
You're both rude.
It's part of the council financial regulations
It's,
and.
Gerald, it's part of the council's financial regulations and standing orders.
Yes, my point is that it wasn't being carried out very successfully, I might say, prior to you putting the working group in. All I'm asking is, are you sure that you're going to be able to control it this time? Because if you're taking something out, you need to replace it with something.
Can I make a point?
That's all.
I think for me, Gerald, there's been a change down there. And for me, the people who are like looking after the park now are more diligent. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
The other thing was that previous to this, it was quite apparent that nobody knew the rules that covered regarding fixed and movable assets, the purchase of and the disposal of such things. They were being disposed of without disposal forms, without any regard. There was some discussion as whether the purchases that were made last year or the year before with certain groundskeeping stuff, machine, whether it was according to the rules or not. So all I'm asking is,
I think Gerald's
give
going
us the
back to
truth.
previous.
Tell us you've got it all under control. And I'm happy.
He's been made aware that it's not the same.
Yeah, so as I was saying, as Vicky said, there's
There's been changes.
there's internal changes and we believe they're more diligent now.
Yeah, we had a change of government, didn't we? And they,
No changes were made to asset register. None what got put forward, none were passed.
Again, it was different.
Different,
No,
yeah.
it isn't.
So before we start getting into other things, I'm going to things that we shouldn't be getting into. I've proposed that we, as the motion says, to consider ending the asset register working group, and this is taken on within the council staff that do this. Have we got a second for that? All for? All against? Motion.
Tied.
So as a casting vote, I vote that we will end the asset register working group.
Have a recorded vote on that, please.
Sorry, it's too late. You've got to do it before the motion.
I got 5 against 7. So where you get-
It's 7 voted against 6.
Yeah.
Start again.
I saw 6.
Okay,
Got to
let's,
again, Chair.
we'll re-vote. So all for? 6. Those against? 6.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 7, Chair.
7? So it's been kept. So it's kept. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I just add to that? That councillors should not be going into any of the areas where the staff work. It's a working area without prior arrangements.
We already know that.
That's part of the...
Well, some people are doing it, Carol.
Oh, we already know that. We
Some
always
people
put.
are, yeah, well, some people are doing it.
Right, can you
Okay.
name any of them, Vicky? 'Cause-
No, we're not naming people, we're moving on. Item 8 is not wrong. Item 8, investment. To review the council's reserves position and consider the options proposed. This for Councillor McGuinness.
Right, I'll put this motion into Andrew. We've had a little bit of a chat about it. If I can read this out, and then any corrections or other ideas, please put in. The council doesn't really have an investment strategy. The balance of the council's general reserves currently stands at approximately £198,500, as was declared this evening. The council is committed to hold about 3 months' spending in their reserves for emergencies. This equates to our annual expenditure of about 1.3 million divided by 4, which equates to £330,000. That's based on last year's figures. This aligns with the practice guide for proper practices. The current shortfall is about 132,000. Okay, if we take the 198,000, which is in the reserves, from that 330, it leaves 132,000 shortfall. Okay, the council basically has acknowledged during the budget that we should be doing this. The council agreed to transfer £30,000. My apologies, I put £50,000, but it was £30,000 from precepts back into reserves, as we took out £30,000 last year. That leaves a shortfall of £102,000. The CCLA property fund is not a secure fund. It goes up and down. It's gone down slightly from last month to this month. The protection that is available to individual people from the government is, if you have a bank account, they will guarantee that they will pay you £85,000 if the bank folds. So I'm proposing basically that we withdraw that money from the CCLA property fund and deposit into at least 2 bank accounts, which will give us interest, guaranteed interest, not a proposed interest from the CCLA fund. Okay, and I did propose on my proposals that we start putting at least £10,000 per month from December back into reserves, as well as that £30,000 back into reserves. So, any comments?
To quote a typical political quote, where's the magic money tree?
From the government?
From us. So if this council voted for a 0% precept increase, so sorry, I'll start. The original budget we were proposing to put how much in, Andrew?
30,000.
No, originally 50,000, I believe.
Yeah, right.
And then
on our budget,
so due to the 0% increase, we've had to do a budget revirement, and that was reduced to 25 or 30,000.
It was 30,000.
Yeah. 30. Also, I don't disagree with the CCLA fund, but at the minute it's around £30,000 now, so that's a loss of £30,000 to what it was a couple of years ago.
So therefore, it's not a secured fund.
I agree with that, but you know, let's get some.
And it's taken us 6
money
months
back.
to take it out, so.
It takes.
Yeah.
It takes 6 months. I don't know how long it takes, but it's definitely not weeks. It can take 6 months. Maxine, your hand up.
I thought CCLA were negotiating by now. I thought now gave you advice to do this. And I thought it was a council.
If I may, Chair.
I thought it was a council thing.
CCLA, churches, councils, local authorities, yeah, it is tailored to local authorities, and I wouldn't say it's the YLCA don't blanket recommend investments. Obviously, each council has to take into account its needs, its appetite for risk, things like that. I would recommend, Chair, that yeah, the current value is around 32,000 less than that which was deposited. So yeah, whilst there is, and the general, whilst again it does fluctuate month on month, the general trend is for an increase at the moment. So the council might want to consider waiting until the losses, until they are at very least closer. Although I do appreciate that obviously it isn't secure and the risk still is there.
So your advice?
My advice would be to monitor both as we are doing through the Finance Committee, monitor both the council's financial position and the trend of the investment, and make a decision as and when as to withdrawing money from the deposit account.
Chair,
CCO.
Yeah.
regarding selling shares, you don't sell when it's on a loss, you sell when it's on a boom, right? I mean, I've dealt in stocks and shares for a lot of years, and you don't know things like that at a time. You don't panic. It's a long-term investment, isn't it?
Basically, I'm not panicking. I'm basically
But
giving
you
some...
you sell when things
No.
low.
It's not panicking, it's not
I'm
panicking, but it's...
giving suggestions.
Can Vicky says hand up quite well.
So I would like to know more information because I am aware of stocks and shares. So I would like to know more information about that bit. The proposal to put £10,000 per month from December. You know that we had a 0% preset rise here. You know that, so how can we do that? How can we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, my recommendation, if the council wants to do, essentially the council needs to boost its budget. The figures up to that point are accurate or as good as. So yes, the council does need to hold reserves of around over £300,000, and currently doesn't. So the council does need to boost that figure. I would recommend
to do that.
I would recommend, Chair, that no, we're not in a position to do that starting in December, but the council will very, very soon have to consider its budget for the next financial year, and I would recommend considering this proposal as part of that process.
That sounds fair to me.
Sensible. Jason, do you want to?
You mentioned about taking the money out of the CCLA property account. Can you just explain what you were meaning by that?
By taking it out?
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. Stocks and shares go up and down.
Yeah.
As Gary said, you usually sell them when they're going up. They've stayed pretty static since I've been in council. And as the clerk mentioned, I think the original amount that was put in was a $250,000.
230,000. Yeah.
230,000. It's now just short of 200,000. So we've already lost £30,000. By taking the money out.
I'm going to correct you on your figures there.
Second, sorry.
Halfway want to correct you.
You've not lost 30,000, you took it out to use it, haven't you?
No.
That's been lost in stocks and shares.
Yes, so
because the value has gone down.
It's decreased. Just to make councillors aware, it won't be on the report that went to the Finance Committee because it's because of the age of the information, but at one point that 230,000 investment was worth around 250,000. So again, that illustrates how the value can rise as well as fall.
Maxine's had it.
He's not quite.
I'll go on in, sorry.
Trying to get to it.
Yeah, so just again, to answer your question, my proposal would be, because the government will guarantee individuals up to 85.
So if you take the money out of the CCLA,
Yep.
okay, are you proposing that 2 members of the council open personal bank accounts and put that money in?
No, that's something that we'd have to look into. I appreciate.
As far as I'm aware, the only protection that's offered by the government for bank insolvency is to a personal account, and it's one account in a personal name. So business accounts don't have any guarantee. If a bank goes bust, the business loses everything if that's in there. So the only way your proposal would work is if that was put into 2 personal names as councillors, and that's the bit I was coming on to, because that's something I certainly would be comfortable with seeing. I see where you're coming from. You're trying to protect that money, but putting it in personal councillors' names, apart from the fact that the tax implications, it's a sort. I'd say it's a complete no-no.
There could be some value in splitting money generally between 2 different banks, as it were.
Yeah.
There could be some value in that, which again could be looked into. But my advice remains the same, Chair.
I would. May I?
Maxine's had hand up for quite a while. Can we just have Maxine to come in, please?
But if you put it into these bank accounts, don't that make it easier for them to get to?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you spend it faster.
Yeah.
That's it, we've gone.
That's my concern.
Again, I mean, I'll let him just finish up with saying, but also, I think everybody knows stocks and shares, you don't panic, you keep them in, eventually you will get your money back and make money. Ian, do you want to finish off?
Yeah,
generally you make money, sorry.
Our deposit account earns interest, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there, but the CCLA property fund, if we're lucky, it'll go up. If we're unlucky, it'll go down. So there's no guarantee with it. If we transferred it into a deposit account, at least, that would give you easier access, but it would also earn guaranteed interest per month.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this quickly, Vicky, then I'm going to bring it to a vote.
So my major concern is the easy access. That is a massive concern for me. That money needs to be.
So
I'm going both ways though, Vicky, because say obviously we have had a 0% precept rise. If we desperately needed that money, like
just look at
in January.
Yeah, I know.
So there are 2 sides to it, and I don't like the investment account, and I've made that very clear. I do not like that investment account, but
but what's we've already been suffering.
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
Is it not worth? I know you don't want to take too much of a risk, and you can't, and I don't know if this is possible, Andrew, but what about taking 30-40 grand out, put it in a 12-month Agri Lansdowne share, medium to high risk, currently returning anywhere between 8 and 12%. Put just a small amount in, like I say, 30-40 grand, see how it performs.
I think what the clerks.
I don't know if it's feasible.
I think
maybe in a council.
I think it needs a lot more research.
The short answer is yes, it is, but I wouldn't recommend making that decision tonight.
No.
I'd like to do a bit more. I certainly have experience in town councils investing in the type of scheme that you mentioned. But I'd like, it's something that I would recommend looking into a bit further before committing.
Gerald, then I'm going to move to vote on this motion.
What's the risk profile in the thing that you're in already? Is it fairly high risk, or
it's not?
Or is it considered low risk?
It's classed as medium. It's not medium.
Sort of medium.
Classed as medium, yeah. It's a.
So your returns won't be that high,
In
and
10
you also
years,
shouldn't be that low.
so it dropped, and in 10 years we're like 30 grand, well, about 40 grand off original investment.
Initially 80,000 was deposited. I don't know when. It was some time ago. And a further 150,000 was deposited in 2022, I think, bringing the total value to 230,000. Within a month or two, certainly within a few months, the value had risen to 250, so it had risen by 20,000. At the back end of 2022, I think think everybody knows the situation, but it fell drastically. It fell to around 190,000. Since then, growth has been slow, but it has regained some of its value. That's the situation in terms of performance.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this to vote, but correct me if I'm wrong. To summarise, Councillor McGuinness wants to move. How much is it proposing? Did you say just a quick show? So you want to propose to move how much?
I want to guarantee that the £30,000 goes back in, which was budgeted at the beginning of the year, and I was also proposing that we move £10,000 each month. The clerk has indicated to me that we'll probably leave that and wait until the budget is set. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you want to defer the motion, or do you want to?
No, I want to vote on that £30,000 guarantee going back in. It has been budgeted for.
So
let's the budget.
So let's let the budget come to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And if there's money left, we'll put it in. Which is what we propose. So
there's other stuff on the what we budgeted for that
Smart.
have been paid.
Can I put a counter proposal in to bring this back to the December meeting after looking into what Jason said and obviously the clerk looking at the investment strategies?
The budget as well.
And the budget as well.
So we need to vote on the amendment first.
Graham first.
Yes, amendment first.
Yeah. So what is the proposal then?
So Councillor Rushmay's amendment to the proposal is to defer it.
Look into what Jason said and then bring it back to December where the budget and then
the budget.
And was there another proposal as well?
There's Ian's proposal.
Which is to...
In a way, they weren't really proposed. Well, the only one that I'm going to stick to is that 30,000 on that.
Where's it come from?
It's budgeted for.
That's precisely what I was about to say. I would advise that the budget is the only real document that you can rely on, for that.
So what's the motion? What's the
So
motion?
realistically, wouldn't the 30,000 going at the end of year finances when we've
That would be the sensible place to put it.
gone all the way to
I
the
think
end
what
of
the argument is, you borrowed 30,000 in January 2024, 25, and you said you were putting it back.
And that was discussed in the meeting. They said it wasn't back because there was not enough money.
But you budgeted it for this year, so
to
it
put in
needs to go back. You budgeted for other stuff.
And we're still on track at the moment for that.
Other stuff being budgeted for that aren't being paid.
Can I ask?
And I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to
Are
it.
you all psychic and you know it's all going to go straight forward when you put the
No.
budget, or are you going to wait until you actually get near the budget and see whether
I'd prefer to take the sensible approach. Right, this last one then.
Ian, are you proposing that providing there's 30 grand whatever the surplus is at the end of the year, are you proposing that that 30 grand has to go back at the end of the year,
Yes.
or are you proposing that irrelevant of deficit or surplus, you want that money back in? Because you can't obviously vote to put money in and make yourselves essentially insolvent, well not quite insolvent, but
We did budget the £30,000, Jason, but if there's any surplus above that, then that should go back into...
And are you proposing to do that at the end of the year when you know you've got that
Yeah,
30,000
I'm prepared for that. I've been told before that it'll go back in at the end of the year. But because it was budgeted for, I'm just asking potentially for it to go back in earlier.
Right.
So you want it to go back
Because
in?
at least it will earn interest.
So when do you want it to go back in, Ian? You're saying you want it to go back in earlier?
So are we saying we haven't got the 50,000
No,
now?
I'm just asking Ian.
No,
I asked Ian, when does he want it to go back in earlier? That's all I asked.
No.
The yearly budget
But
has taken...
can I just put in, so this 30,000 is going from the CCLA fund, so it won't go in now, or go in 3 to 4 months.
I don't think that's what was proposed, Chair. But if it was, it would be that'd be a simple movement of funds. It wouldn't alter the reserves position at all.
To be honest, to go to a motion, it needs to be a motion. You can't change it dramatically, and this has massively been changed now from what it was, what the proposal was.
Well, it's quite vague because Ian wants it to go in now.
I would say legally, Chair, so long as the motion broadly broadly reflects anything, not the whole, any of the, anything mentioned in here, it would be fine, but.
Right, so Ian, can you, in simple terms, propose your motion? And then Councillor Rushmere has obviously got an amendment to that motion, but if it's...
As the clerk's just said as well, even if we transfer the money in just now...
Ian, I asked you if to just propose the motion. We've been on this item for a lot longer than the standing orders allows.
Propose that the £30,000 goes in this month.
This
month.
Which was budgeted for.
There is every chance, just to warn me, if the 30,000 does go in this month, it could come out next month to pay for.
Are we at risk?
It always could, you know.
Are we at risk?
Of
if we move this money, as per the budget stated, and there's a lot more on that budget that needs to be moved, are we at risk?
Of?
Having no money.
Well, no, we're not at risk of having no money because obviously the money's still there and it's still accessible, but it seems a somewhat pointless exercise to move it from one account to another to only...
So why do we write a budget out and not stick to budget?
Well, it's a yearly budget, so you get income and expenditure throughout the year, so your total figure will be at the end of the financial year. That's when you have your final total. So throughout the day, we could be in debt 20 grand right now, but in 3 months' time we could have 60 grand in the bank.
Okay, but we're multi-better off. We can't be losing money because, like you said, we were losing money last year at Lakeside. We're not losing that now.
But again, it's a 12-month period, so
we're not doing 12% rise. You're using that like we're capacity. It's not a £24 million back all.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to... Ian, can you please put your motion in and then we'll have a vote?
I'm going to make it a little bit easier. I propose that the £30,000 goes back in February, before the budget.
So to transfer £30,000, just to be clear, the motion is to, sorry, I'll transfer £30,000 from our regular bank accounts into the CCLA deposit accounts in February.
Yes.
And that's a definite in February, even if the accounts don't have it, you want £30,000 to go into the CCLA.
Are we following budget or not?
We're following the budget.
You're changing the budget.
We're not changing budget, we're following budget.
The budget is to put it in at the end of the year. It's in April.
March.
Financial year, April 6th.
That would be acceptable, Chair.
In the end of April, when April 5th.
Well, sorry, Councillor Mace's
So
proposal
what
would be...
happens if you haven't got this £30,000 put it in February?
Obviously it can't be transferred if it isn't there,
So
but it can,
Will it
the
come back
motion
to
is...
council?
The motion, well, no, it's...
So are
It'd
we
be
not
reported.
budgeting?
So we've...
Can we get
Do you want to answer that question?
Chair.
It would... It should be reported to council, but it wouldn't have to come back to council because, of course, if there's no money to transfer, it can't be transferred. Simple
No,
as.
the money has been budgeted, Carol.
If there is, it will.
You've got to work off the income and expenditure.
So your proposal, so to move progress, we've been a big long enough discussion. Councillor McGuinness, you are proposing that we move the £30,000 in February, come hell or high water.
Yes.
Okay, and have you got Councillor Rushby, you have an amendment to that proposal?
My amendment is to research what Jason said on investment strategies and then bring it back in December, meeting.
That doesn't relate to councils.
And then bring it back in December meeting with the budget.
That wouldn't
require a motion.
That's not a motion. That's not. It's got to be. You can't dramatically change this. I would like to propose that yes, we put it in the funds at the end of the financial year if we've got the money.
Makes more sense.
Okay, have I got a seconder for that?
I'll second that.
I'll second the ends.
Hang on, we don't do it that way, Kevin, so we vote on this one first.
No,
well, sorry.
No, we vote on the amendment.
Half an hour we've been at this.
Can I give you another motion? Another thing, just one last thing.
We're proposing doing that, but we can't change it.
It'll help Ian's thing and all of you. That rather than committing February, what Ian's motion should be is that they're going to ask the clerk to do a cash flow, because it's completely different to a budget. A cash flow tells you what money's available at the end of each month, to do a cash flow to predict if that 30,000 will be available and if it is transferring. So at the minute you're voting to transfer something that you can't do.
How are you going to be there?
You've no cash flow. You're going off the budget.
Again,
The budget is just an annual summary.
That would
Not
change.
cash flow.
That would change the actual motion dramatically at the moment. So the proposal is to The amendment to the proposal is to do it at the end of financial year if we've got the money, which is basically what you're saying. Is let's review it. I've got a seconder for that.
I'll second it.
All in favour of that?
That's 6.
Those against?
That's what it's all
That's 6,
about.
Chair.
That's sure that's 6.
Councillor Bates has just prompted, Councillor Bates.
Just nudged him to put his hand up.
Can't see hands.
Chair.
Can I have a point of order? Right, I'm suspending this meeting until people calm down for 2 minutes. This meeting's been suspended.
Right,
Councillor Bates
has just nudged him.
Sorry.
To vote.
No,
Yeah, they
excuse
did.
me,
Can I
Councillor
put,
Rutby.
we have a vote,
Excuse me.
please disregard the
Councillor
vote,
Rutby.
please.
No one
The
has prompted me to vote anything. Don't,
You're on
listen.
camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please, so this council has been suspended for 2 minutes.
You can't read the budget.
They just want to bankrupt it. You didn't mean that. Hey, how did you get our address?
We'll be finding that out.
Right?
192.com.
United.com.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just suspension. I'm not cancelling meetings.
Not be after till it's bankrupt. I know.
It's the right thing to put the money back in, it just needs to be.
Yeah, it is, I agree.
Well, it is when you've got it.
That's why I say.
You know, if you budget for your shopping, you spend the same every week, like, do you?
So,
Budget's just a budget, you don't want to put cash.
It's about
Well, the
cash
10
flow,
grand
like
in
that.
December,
That's
no
why
one's
I heard
going
it.
in now. I'm just going to have to go outside.
the meeting will be starting back in 1 minute's time. If council aren't in, then they'll not be start taking the vote.
Unless it's
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to reconvene the meeting, so we'll vote again. So all those for my proposal to have my proposal, all for?
So we're voting against so he can be nudged.
Those against? Okay, motion's been carried. Item 9 to...
What, Ian's?
It has been carried, yeah.
We never voted on that.
Okay.
Well, you
We can vote against.
You can vote against.
We can subsume the votes on
But
the
you can
opposite.
take another vote if you want, Chair.
Okay, we'll vote on his proposal to put £30,000 income, hella high water. Have you got a seconder for that yet? Okay. All for his proposal? And all against? Thank you very much. So next item 9. Is item 9? Yeah. Item 9, payment of accounts, to approve the payment of accounts for November 2025. Karen?
Can I ask where October's is?
It was voted last month.
Yeah, voted on last month.
Only half on it. It's same as this, it only comes to, is it 2,000 and odd? And in October, we I think we've signed off 4,000, but there's more to come.
So
Why have we had it?
So we're only looking at what's been sent to councils here. So if there's more, that's, I'm not saying you're wrong, but there's only voting here. So I vote to approve them. Have we got a seconder? All to approve the accounts as sent to councillors? Thank you. Item 10, casual vacancy. To note that an election has not been called in respect of a casual vacancy which exists and to consider filling the vacancy by co-option. Anybody? Councillors? I would propose, so obviously it's noted about the casual vacancy, but I would propose that there is a vacancy filled by co-option.
I'll second it.
All for?
We have the deadline.
Sorry, yeah. So what? Well, we'll vote for it first and then put a deadline in.
I think it'd be
okay
to do it as one motion, Chair.
So when's the next meeting?
December.
Yeah, December date. So
4th of December.
So the Monday before the meeting on the Thursday.
Is it 2 weeks to get the...
It's a minimum of 2 weeks.
2 weeks to get the nominations in for it to go to council.
Yes, we can extend it.
I'd recommend 3 weeks today, Chair, 27.
3 weeks today, yeah. So the proposal would be 27th. To advertise until the 27th for a option. People to put their address to the clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll propose. Second, all for. All against? That's not sorry, everybody. Item 11, utilities. To review utilities contracts at Hemsworth Water Park and consider any changes. Councillor Bacon?
Yeah, I'd like the Chair to explain to me about Hemsworth Council paying gas and electric bills at Hemsworth Water Park, where the boathouse is all electric. So can you tell me where the council's having to pay gas and electric, please?
Off the top of my head, Chair, I don't know where the meters are at the.
You quoted a gas bill for gas and electric at Water Park, and can you explain to me where it is?
There's a boiler in the Waywell cabin.
Is that gas?
Electric.
I don't know.
It's electric.
So, I mean,
boathouse is all
so,
electric.
no, I can't explain. Can we get back the information back to you?
I have a question. So to review utility contract. So does that mean that you're going to try and change the
This is the motion that Councillor Bacon put in, so it's not us, it's Councillor Bacon.
Yeah, I just want to know where you had said last meeting that we've got a gas bill for gas and electric for Hemsworth Water Park. Explain to me where the gas and electric is being used, because the boathouse is all electric.
I can't.
I need to check. I just don't.
It's lakeside.
It could be prior to the rental.
It could be prior to rental, and we know that's been looked at by the, what do you call it? The tender, not the tender, the
gas meter and the electric meters inside
Main building.
Yeah.
The boathouse hasn't even got electric meter whatsoever.
We've not got
Alright, so now we know what you're on about.
So, yeah. So, yes. Yeah, they are connected. Currently, the providers are sub-metering the cafe, bar, art and connected. And the flat, yeah. Yeah, so that's currently being done. That will separate the meters.
So we should get no gas bills then?
If we're not using gas.
If we're not using
we're not, are we?
It's obvious we're not using gas, but boathouse is all electric.
Can we
So
look into that?
explain to me why we're paying a gas bill
So we can look
for
at
gas and electric.
Yeah, we can move next item. Item 12, public question time. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So we have moved item 14 out of exclusion.
Can I just say something here, please? Can I have recorded votes for number 14 And can the clerk please name councillors for the people who are on the Zoom recording?
I can do that if the chair wants.
Yeah, that's
Can we do that? Thank you.
So, item 14, Hemsworth Water Park, to consider a request to carry out work in Hemsworth Water Park. Now, this is relating to the bank's proposal that we had a meeting for a few months ago now. I think everybody knows the amount that they were offering, and it was to change, as far as I can, and please correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, if their understanding is different, it was to, the original plan was to run the water into a stream in Vale Head. The proposal that Banks was to run it through the top end of the water park, like the beach but don't have no more side, and run it straight into the culvert that goes into the lake. Is that everybody else's understanding? Yeah. The flow rate coming out of there was 9 litres a second, which seems significant. I'll open it to councillors if they want to say anything.
I think we've already spoke about this in our previous meetings, and we were all unanimous that we'd turn it down.
So do you want to go straight to a vote?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just let Councillor McGuinness.
I think Julie Antrim may know an awful lot more about this than me, but are we still dealing with banks? Because the parameters have changed regarding this development.
I think Banks explained.
It's now the builders are now going to be Barretts. They've increased the number of houses, and it's somebody else that's dealing with it.
So the increasement and balance has nothing to do with the motion, but I think Banks explained, and I have got them off them. Hang on, I did have some questions. So there was a bank of questions that some councillors and parishioners asked me, and one was around. Well, what you've just asked. What you just asked now, I'm blank.
Banks.
Right. So yeah.
Banks are arranging it.
Banks arrange it, and it ends up being.
The land,
yeah.
It carries over to them. It's called the deed of succession.
That's the word.
At the point Banks came last time, the new Barretts had got it at that point. So it's Banks agreeing it because any cost that comes off of it will be deducted off the land value in essence.
Yeah.
So Banks are trying to sort the problem out so that it don't come off the land.
I appreciate that, but there is a second company name in there. It was District Councillor Melanie that had posted this. Julie, can you help me out here, please?
I'll just make a statement.
Okay.
I spoke with Barrett's representative yesterday. He rang me twice. So that's all you need to know at the minute.
Okay.
I'm not making any more statement about that.
So I don't know how from it. So again, to quickly summarise, there has been an offer made by banks. They did quote in the meeting, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it would be Hemsworth Town Council that would be responsible for any flooding. However, they have sent me in an email. So the question was, if flooding gets worse due to proposals, who would be liable? Conditions outlined, this is the answer. Conditions of the outline planning permission granted by Wakefield on the 17th of April 25 requires that a development shall not commence until a flood route drawing has been submitted to approve in writing to the local plan authority. And development shall not commence until the end of the site of the foul water. Any future flooding will be the responsibility of Wakefield Council and the lead local flood authority. So I think they want to clear that up, however we'll bring it to the vote.
Originally, when banks were here, when they were talking, it was they said it would be Wakefield that would be responsible.
The same again, but
and then as you were saying last
the same Wakefield and the lead local flood authority. Same people, same group.
LLFA is Wakefield in Wakefield District. It's the same thing.
Okay, so I think we don't need more discussion as councillor. Well,
before you vote, can I just say one thing? Have they been open and honest all the way through? No, they haven't. No. They've changed their mind every step of the way. So what they're saying to you, I would take with a pinch of salt.
Well, they've increased by about 30,000
yeah.
houses.
And they've increased the land away from our estate. So those houses are going to be cram-packed in and the flood will get even worse.
Councillor Rushmere.
Chair, can I propose that we reject any current or future financial gain from this going for from banks on this issue? Please.
Could I change the motion to whoever, not just banks?
Well, anyone. Yeah.
So all for councillor, I'll second that. So So Gary, that's something was seconded.
I thought it was, this proposal was to give them permission to do the work.
We're rejecting.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what's just been said.
Okay.
Genuine offer to request.
Reject the request.
Reject the request.
And any further requests.
Any further.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a proposer and a seconder. I think Gary seconded it. All for Councillor Rushmore's proposal. It's recorded.
So can you state who it is?
I will, but
That's back to the house.
We can't actually seek a council.
We're gonna announce it once we've got all the votes.
We will say the names.
I'm
Why?
abstaining. Not enough
There
information.
could be a reason why now, don't there?
Not enough information, that's why.
Thanks, gave us all the information.
Why don't you get flooded?
I know.
Talk back.
Okay, so can I have those who are against? And those who are abstaining?
Wow.
Wow, yeah, I'm abstaining because there's enough information.
So,
I want to know.
yeah, so can the, point of order, Councillor Conway. So the clerk is now going to read out the people who voted for, against and who abstained.
Can I just make a statement before you do that?
Can I just say, Stan and Ernie did not vote either way.
I'm just going to say something on that, if you'll give me a minute.
So it's an abstention.
The reason I haven't voted anyway is because I'm on planning committee. Right? People know how I feel about this.
So should you declare an interest?
Involved in this, if I vote.
Should have declared an interest.
Don't matter, let's.
So what about Ernie?
No, there's enough information.
We're gonna, right, let's just, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, so we've been asked to name the names, can we please name the names? Thank you.
So in favour, the motion was proposed by Councillor Rushmer and seconded by Councillor Kendall. In favour were Councillors Vicky Middleton, Councillors Fernie, Darby, Kendall, Dodson, Sean Middleton, Rushmer, McGuinness, Whitehead and Stevens. There were no votes against and there were 3 abstentions, Councillors Conway, Bates and Bacon.
And you got that wrong way around?
No, the motion's been passed, so we voted to not accept the offer.
Right.
Yeah, we're not accepting the offer at the moment.
I never recorded with that state my reasons why I didn't vote.
And the declaration of interest.
No, it's not my declaration, it didn't vote, it doesn't matter.
It's alright, it's on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the next part of the meeting is the public question time. This is for, the thing is for 15 minutes, so has anybody got anything they want to ask?
Yeah, why is the property on Bank Street not gone up for sale when it was voted for last month?
Yeah, it was approved last month to obtain a valuation first.
Yeah.
So that hence the delay.
So the valuation, I believe, has been done, we're just waiting for the actual, so the valuation's been done, we just need their report, and then it will go on, and then be progressed. So it is being looked at. Any other questions? Maxine?
I'd like to ask a councillor who the fraudulent Fitzwilliam and Kingsley page that they were talking about on Facebook.
I'm unaware of what you're on about.
There's a councillor being slating stating that the Fitzwilliam and Kingsley group was fraudulent. And I just wondered which group was fraudulent. And should a councillor be putting that on Facebook?
No, but I've not seen the.
Can that councillor explain who it was?
I don't know what councillor was.
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Councillor Conway, can you tell me which was the fraudulent Fitzwilliam and Kingsley?
Yes, everyone that you run. Because you say you...
Have we got that on camera?
Yeah.
Right, can I explain then?
Thank you.
Right, you're supposed to
That's
be there for
all I
the
wanted
community,
to
you
know.
don't advertise any...
Can we please, well, I'll answer the questions and ask the questions, can we please keep it down, please, and just respectful. One councillor Conway, your response?
Yeah, I think it is fraudulent because she's banned that for Fitzwilliam.
No, I banned him. I banned him 2 years ago.
Okay.
Powell now is ignorant and he's wild.
Have a good, I'm gonna, yeah, so that's item to a standing order, so Going to move on to another question.
Just as obviously we're constantly talking about money, any update on Duke Street?
What, sorry?
Any update on the land of Fitzwilliam Duke Street?
Nothing's changed from...
Probably not from last time.
Not from last time, as far as I'm aware.
So what's the last update? Just to...
Off the top of your head, I can't
The
tell you.
last update was that the solicitor was reviewing the heads of terms.
I think we're doing another meeting, aren't we? He said 6 months he'd come back, so we can chase that up.
It's taking a bit of time.
Yeah.
Any other questions? No. Thank you, everybody. It's 8:30. Meeting's closed.